I'm Gillian Keegan, I'm the Member of Parliament for Chichester, and I'm also the Minister for Apprenticeship and Skills at the Department for Education. Well, I've only been an MP actually for just under 3 years and a Minister for just over 2 months, so I'm relatively new to this world. I left school at 16, I grew up in Liverpool. I left school at 16 and started an apprenticeship in a car factory in a place called Kirby. So actually being an apprentice at the beginning of my career was the thing that really enabled me to build confidence. I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what jobs were available out there, but the apprenticeship is where effectively you put your hands in the company in a way and they build your career. You study at the same time, which is a great way of learning. You're learning and applying it at the same time at work. So I thoroughly enjoyed my apprenticeship, and actually I went on to do a degree as part of the apprenticeship. When I started the apprenticeship at 16, I would never have thought that I could have done a degree, but I just built that confidence with my employer, and since then I've done a degree and a master's degree. So you never know where you can go. Well, numbers are vitally important to me. I've been in business for 30 years. The basis of business requires you to understand the basis of numbers. And I think one of the important things for me is, even as a child, I started work as a Saturday girl, aged 13, and we were paid an amount of money, but then we were paid 1% commission on everything we sold in a shop. So I knew that, if I sold a top for £10, then I would get 10p, as it were. So every single thing I could add up in the day, what I was making. And, that was important to me because that was the only money that I was going to make. And that was the money that I was going to be able to use to, spend on things that I wanted. So, that made me quite numerate in terms of just understanding that. And this is important. We'll all have to work. We're normally paid by the hour, even if we don't realise. And how much you do and how you get paid, that hour and how much you get paid for the hour is always the thing that matters. And that's always struck me all the way through my career, that, you need to be able to do that. And then, of course, managing your own finances and budgeting. There are some things in life that do get quite complicated with dealing with banks and rents and mortgages and bills and tax and those kind of things, and all of those require you to understand numbers, but they're not potentially the same as perhaps some of the things that have put people off numbers in the past. A lot of people get put off by equations, but I think numbers are the most important thing that you need to understand. I think the first thing is we need to stop dividing ourselves into people who understand numbers or not. Some people who say, I'm a maths person or I'm not a maths person. I grew up, my mother always said to me, I'm not a maths person. I don't understand the numbers. She was terrified to come near us when we were doing our maths homework. Actually, she is supernumerate. She does all the household finances. She does all of the banking. She can make a pound note go 5 times further than anybody I've ever seen in life. She's supernumerate, and she knows really how to, how to get the most out of money and most value out of money. And yet she always described herself as somebody who wasn't good at maths, and she is good at maths. So I think that's the first thing. We have to just recognise that being good with numbers is not the same as the old kind of things that put you off at school. But being good with numbers is absolutely a key skill in life. So as I say, I would say my mother's probably one of the most numerate people I've ever met who continuously describes herself as not a maths person or not a numbers person. So I think we need to stop thinking of ourselves as that. Maths is everywhere. Everything we do, we are using maths, even if we don't notice we're using it.